Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rishneet Kaur and I am a real life makeup artist. If you guys ever want to see my work, I will link my website in the description bar below so you all can take a look. Now for today's video is going to be something really different and exciting. I will be recreating this look of RuPaul's drag star Symone. She'd come on Vogue and she did a drag look of hers and I'm going to recreate that. It's really exciting for me because I've never done a drag look on myself and I'm really very excited. I don't know how to explain. I just hope it goes well. So if it doesn't, just cut me some slack. It's my first time, right? Okay, let's get started.
And notice I bring it all the way down, honey. Depuff the cheeks, depuff the under eye. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And
okay, for eye cream, I will be using my Innisfree Green Tea Seed Eye Cream. Okay, one good tip for using an eye cream is that use it up till here because that's how the moisture goes in upwards.
next, I go in with here, this lovely little CEO cream, or actually this is a serum, excuse me. And I do my little drops upon my face.
Okay, for my serum, I'll be using this one from Plum. It's a grapeseed and sea buckthorn serum.
And this is also another brightening moment here, a little
My
moisture.
God, that's a
in the
lot of
face, 'cause
serum.
I like to look like I am glowing at all times. I noticed when I first started drag, you know, because I was younger, so I was like, oh, you know, I'll just take it off and it'll be fine. But then, as I got a little bit older, I realized that's not cute. The pores are getting clogged, the skin is getting drier, it's just not good. So I had to really hone in and take care of it, especially now, being a full-time queen, you have to take care of your skin because it's the base of everything and you're putting makeup on it every day for hours on end. So I make sure she is straight.
It's so true. It's such a rookie mistake, right? All of us think that, okay, we're younger, we can afford to, you know, skip skincare. But as you age, you realize how important it is to take care of your skin.
I like to go in and moisturize.
So for moisturizer, I will be using my Do You moisturizer and it gives good hydration to the skin. While doing skincare, never forget the neck. Whenever I leave my hair open, I always tend to get creams in my hair. And then when I'm editing, I see it and I'm like, wow, what an idiot.
All right, now that our skincare is done, we can get into the makeup. So I started with my contacts. Brown eyes are lovely and all, but the enchantress, she gotta come on through.
Yeah, I want contact lenses. I want colored contact lenses. You know what? I'm gonna order.
Next up is foundation. I use the NYX I Can't Stop, Won't Stop, and I use a liquid. I don't particularly like using a heavy foundation. I'll go back in with concealers and all that stuff.
I'm going to use my Nykaa Skin Shield foundation. This one is in the shade 07. And I'm going to be using my stippling brush with this. I took a lot out. Shit.
I was using a more yellow toned foundation at first, and I didn't notice. I was just putting it on, you know what I'm saying? And I actually got a YouTube comment that I needed to start using something that was a little bit more red. And I listened, and baby, the transformation is leaps and bounds better. Do not forget your neck. Baby Symone, she forgot her neck on the end of the pictures, you can tell. And now the time has come for concealers. One of my favorite parts of this whole thing. So I use these three lovely girls.
So lucky, doesn't need to color correct. I'm getting an itch to color correct. I think I'm just gonna do it. It's my skin. And the main aim here is to look flawless. So I'm gonna color correct a little bit. Okay, I'm using this Salmon shade concealer, color corrector.
Start with this one in the shade Banana.
That is at least 2 to 3 shades lighter. Yeah. I do not like using lighter concealers underneath my eye because I feel like it turns gray after a certain amount of time. For a lighter shade concealer, I'm going to use this LA Curl concealer. This is 2 to 3, I think more than that. I think around 3 shades lighter to mine, and this is in light ivory.
When I first started doing makeup, I was like, oh, I'm pretty. I don't need to put on all of this, darling. And people would be like, actually, no, you're a drag queen and you need to start wearing a little bit more makeup. And I, of course, was resistant to that thought. As time went on, I was like, maybe they're right. And I feel like my makeup has gotten a lot better because of it. I like to use a well-used beauty blender, if you will. I like the light to hit here the brightest. Because I love my eyes and I think I have gorgeous eyes. And so I like this to be the brightest and the most concealed. When I was first doing makeup, there wasn't really YouTube around. There weren't that many black gurus. And so I was watching white girls do their makeup. And so I would go to match my foundation colors and things with what was at the drugstore, which was also very minimal. I really taught myself how the colors that I need to use and where to place everything because there weren't really anyone else there for me to look up to. So I'm glad I kind of get these opportunities to kind of show how I do my thing so that other people that, look like me can watch and learn because I didn't really have that. So it's always nice to be that for other people.
Can you see that? It's just turning a little bit gray already, but from far it looks nice and snatched. But if you look at this up close, it's turning a little bit of gray.
I go in with the contour color, and this is Earth. And this is kind of just more of a way for me to confine the brightness where I want it and to really carve out my cheekbones. So I can really map out my face and where I want my shapes to be.
Alright, so usually I do not pack on all the product at once. I like to work with it slowly, like build it on. But yeah, what the hell? Let's be creative.
And I really try on the edges here to marry the two so that it doesn't look like such a harsh line.
Okay, I'm using this shade from Krylon. This one is V21. I really feel Krylon is very underrated. They have the best products for makeup artists out there. And even if like generally you want to buy for yourself for daily use, they have such amazing products and the consistency and everything is just so good.
Look at that, oh, she's getting here, look at that. Ooh. Oh. So when I first started doing makeup, actually, it would take me about 4 hours to just do the makeup part. Like literally just to do the makeup, it would take me 4 hours. The more I've done it, and of course being on TV, the race, it is truly a race. It's in the name, it's not a joke. We ain't playing around here, okay? So I can do my makeup now in about an hour and a half. And they don't call it the Olympics of drag for nothing because I'm literally, you see I'm going with this beauty blender on my face like this because it's almost traumatic how quickly we have to get ready. So it's kind of great in a way though because it's muscle memory now. So I know my face, I know where everything needs to go. Once you have it, you got it, and baby. And then I'll go back in with the Earth and do the jawline. So, just like the concealers, I use 3 different powders to set my face. I like to set the under eye, simply because I don't want it to crease.
Okay, so I do not have 3 different powders because I didn't pack y'all. So, I have my compact from Chambord and I'm gonna use that. Damn, I wish I had my powders.
And this is where I use the most powder, just to make sure it's really set in there. I like to have all of this connected and to be the same color. I am going with this powder here, the Dark Deep. And now that we've set the whole face, we'll go back in with the highlight powder that I used underneath the eye. And so now it is time for contour, and I have found that the best contour for me is just using eyeshadows because, so I just got a palette, I would get a palette like this and get.
That's just too much brown for me. Okay, I'm gonna do it anyway.
And use the 2 darkest browns.
Okay, so I'm gonna take my Huda Beauty palette and amber will be too orangey, oud will be too brown, musk has a lot of gray undertones. So I think I'm gonna mix oud and musk and use that. Alright, so I'm gonna use an eyeshadow brush. Something like this is because I've never done this and I don't want to use a bigger contour brush because I'm afraid that I'm just gonna get it everywhere. So,
and I feel like that's more of a
for precision,
natural drag moment, or as natural as we can get doing drag, you know?
Okay, cool. Okay, I can live with this. I'm gonna do my forehead and quickly do the other side.
For the cheek contour, I'll take a brush like this and go in, and I'll start right up here and make this line just because it's a little bit more precise. You see how that just lifts you all the way up? I want it to be up, up, up. And so this third powder here, this powder, excuse me, that's a little bit more orange. I just go in here. The cheek is more cut out. So we're just bringing everything back. We're bringing everything back that we kind of took away when we did the all over face powder here. Now, I don't go crazy on the nose contour. I do it enough to, know that it's there and there's a little bit of shadow, but I personally like my nose. I do it enough just to say I done it. Just put it that way. So I'll go in with this one right here. And we will blend, darling. Blend.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my Hoola bronzer again. For highlight, I'll be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit palette. And I'm gonna use the shade Bubbly.
This is an eye primer. And I'll take it, and this will tell me where I want to put my colors on my eye. I usually take this brush before, and I'll go over and kind of, you see the shape being created already? I'll kind of do that. Because the next step is my least favorite step of it all. All right, next is brows. I use this here. I'll take the darkest one and I go little by little. You can always take away, but I try not to make too many big moves. I swear if I'm ever late, this is why.
I'm gonna just go ahead and fill in my eyebrows with my e.l.f. pencil, the way I normally do it.
And they never really look like twins. Sometimes they look like sisters. All right, so now it is time for the eyeshadow. And I'm gonna go with this lovely little palette.
I'm gonna use the shade Angelic from this palette.
I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna take these two lovely colors here. I'm gonna blend them together. I'm gonna put them right here. I tend to be more on the quiet side. This lovely shade and this lovely shade here, and start mapping out a crease. Purple is the color of royalty, if you did not know. Don't get it twisted now.
My camera stopped recording, so for the outer corner, I'll be using Twilight and Amethyst.
It was a long journey for me. I did not always feel that way. Like I said, I was a very shy kid. I was very into myself. So when I found drag, it really gave me a way to voice how I felt and how I saw the world. Fashion and hair and clothes was my way of expressing myself. I'm gonna go in with a little lighter, this right here, to kind of blend here. So it's just a little bit more, a teeny bit more dimension. I'm gonna take this lovely here. I go in.
I'm gonna, for a lighter pink, I'm gonna use this blush. This one is from Bharat and Doris, and I'm gonna use a nice shader brush, which is this. This one again is from Bharat and Doris. For kajal, I'll be using my Color Bar kajal. This one is just Black 001. And I'm just gonna quickly draw in.
And now, I'm gonna go with the trusty dusty eyeliner. I use a pen, and you see how I kind of went in here with the purple to kind of already get that here. I'm gonna follow that line with this color.
Okay, so I went a little overboard and I'm gonna clean up the edges. I'll be using my makeup remover. This one is from the Face Shop. It is Rice Water Bright Light Cleansing Oil. And I'm just gonna dip it in. This actually is one of my favorite cleansers. Takes off the product very easily. I'm going to take my liner. This one is from Color Bar. I'm just going to quickly do my lashes off camera. Okay, you guys, lashes are done, and now we're gonna put Atheist underneath our eyes.
But today, this lovely, well-used Fenty Beauty combo here. And this is for the highlight, and it'll bring color back into the face as well. Ariana actually, shout out, hey girl, actually DM'd me on Instagram and told me how so very proud she was of me and how it was amazing to see me on the show. And
that is so sweet. You know what? If something like that would have happened to me, I'd be like, who is this? Why are you prank calling me? And I would just cut the phone. Okay, let's move on to the blush. It's a very bright pink shimmery blush. So I think I'm gonna use Angelic for this.
I literally, kid you not, lost my mind 5 a.m. in the morning. I was on my way to shooting one of my looks for the show actually, and I got that DM and was like, what? She's like one of my biggest idols. So for her to say that and to like know that she's watching and supporting me
It's a little less pigmented. So I think I'm gonna go to my NARS Orgasm. So I've got this. This is the darkest lip shade I have for now. This is from Colourpop in this shade CHOLA. So it's not exactly brown, but it's got a tint of wine in it. It's got a shade of wine in it, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to use it to line my lips. So I like to draw an X over here just to map out the shape of my lips.
You can see. And for this particular lip, we're gonna go in with 3 lovely little products here. And I love to line my lips first. And I start usually right here. And now that we are lined, we're gonna go in with the color.
For the lighter color, I'll be using this one. This one again is from Colourpop, and the name is MIJA 19J2.
So,
Okay, you guys, we've reached the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have loved recreating this look. To be honest, even I have learned 1 or 2 techniques here and there, and it was an amazing rush and amazing journey. If you guys like this video, then please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you all soon. Thank you so much.